I have spent many years of my life trying to look and feel beautiful with makeup, high heels, all kinds of tight, glamorous, colorful clothes, elaborate hairstyles, and being very high maintenance as such. But I never really felt enough. I never felt beautiful. I felt like there was too much pressure on me to look like a Barbie doll. And when I started wearing hijab, I felt like a huge burden has been lifted from my shoulders because now I know that my Lord has created me extremely beautiful the way I am. There is no need for all these artificialities, and I would rather be appreciated and loved and wanted for my character, for my personality, for my contribution to society, for my intellect and my manners, rather than for a superficial reason such as how I look on the outside. Haram relationships. I think I am very well versed to talk about this topic because I am a woman, I am unmarried. Unmarried people are very often victims of such temptations, I would say. I am extremely well versed in, I would say, psychology because I have a very open mind and I'm very emphatic empathetic. I really understand the psychology of young girls as a woman myself. And I'm here to tell you, especially if you're a woman watching that, I hope that you are. I have a very important warning for you. You know, I always tell younger girls to consider me as an elder sister. I wish I had in my own family people who would talk about such things to me, because if they had done that, perhaps I would, there are many mistakes which I have done in my life that I wouldn't have done probably. Just my own opinion. So when it comes to haram relationships, first of all, I am not here to judge you, because like I said, I have also unfortunately made some very unwise decisions in my own life when it comes to being involved with men whom I should never have been in the first place. And I have learned a lot from that. You know, it has really made me closer to Allah and to Islam. But my advice to you is that first of all, you have to understand, why are you feeling tempted or attracted towards these haram relationships? First of all, pause for a minute. Maybe right now in your life you are texting a guy. He might be Muslim or not Muslim, it doesn't matter. As long as you're not married to the person, it is haram. If you are talking about just work things, very platonic, nothing flirtatious going on, then it might be acceptable to some extent. But if the person and you are being overly friendly, and it is, you know, guys are very different from us girls. Guys, their minds might be going in all sorts of directions. Maybe you think that he's just being friendly, but trust me, it's not always the case. They are always trying to get something out of it. In most cases, certainly, I can say out of experience. So in such a case, you have to really be honest with yourself and do a bit of psychology. You know, you don't need to even see a psychiatrist to advise you on such a matter, because you know yourself best. So you have to ask yourself, why are you feeling the need to be with that person? Why do you feel like you should text them, flirt with them, date them, etc.? Maybe there is something in your life that needs to be fixed. Maybe there is an issue. Maybe you feel lonely, you feel sad, you feel rejected, you feel depressed, and you're trying to escape from that pain through that person, believing that it will be a solution, which is not. Nothing haram is ever a solution, my dear sisters. And once you understand that, I think it will be easy for you to move on and to put a big cross on that relationship, and to just tell Allah to help you and do your efforts to get out of your unhappiness or whatever dilemma that you are dealing with in your personal life, in your life. Now, I know that many times you can feel genuinely concerned about hurting someone's feelings. You don't want to be sounding too rude or abrupt. You know, you have a good equation with that person, and you don't want to be perceived as weird, because you really like to communicate with them, even if you don't want to flirt with them. But still you find yourself a bit lost. How can I really handle that? Well, for me personally, alhamdulillah, I am a person, when I just think of something, dear girls. Just think that this guy that is flirting with you, You have to understand that he does not love you. That's the fact. If he loved you, let's say he's a Muslim and you feel that maybe he really likes you, he wants to make a move and take your relationship to another level. If he had to do that, he would have done that since a long time. You know, you should be very confident. A Muslim woman is confident. She knows who she is and she is not willing to compromise on her dignity. Her time is precious, her emotions are precious. So either you, if you love me as you claim to, you should be direct about it and just ask for your parents, ask for your hand with from your parents. Like, seriously consider getting married. There is no other alternative. You don't come, there is no boyfriend girlfriend in Islam. I hope you understand that well. And yeah, alhamdulillah, I haven't really had issues in telling a guy straightforward that I'm not interested in dating or texting or flirting. So you block the person, you stop texting them, you just tell them that you're not interested, and that's the end of the story. At least you will not be wasting your emotions in a pending situation where you just don't know what's going on. Is it just friends or is he flirting? Maybe he likes me more, because some guys are experts at manipulating you and just playing mind games, making you believe that they will not be directly telling you that they love you, but they will play a lot with words very intelligently, just trying to get something out of you without actually making a commitment. Many guys are really experts at doing that, and you won't even realize it. Trust me, I have fallen in that trap many times, but alhamdulillah, Allah always makes me see the truth. So when I see that, there is a moment in every flirtationship that I have had, a relationship, where I just see that the person is messing with me and I just exit. Period. I exit, I go, I put a big cross on that, and there is no going back. Alhamdulillah. But I know that many girls are not strong enough to do that. But you have to do that. You have to do that, but because think of how there is nothing dignified in that, my dear sisters, in hiding and going out on dates secretly, lying to your parents, lying to yourself, and just imagine, what are you trying to get out of that? Your aim is to get married. If I'm right, if you are a sincere, believing Muslim woman, you care about the day of judgment, you care about Allah, and you care about yourself, your aim is to get married the halal way. You should not be ashamed to say that out loud. Let's say I take myself as an example. I am 27 years old. I have never been married. I will not be shy to tell you that yes, I want to get married. That's my biggest dream. Inshallah, I hope that this year I might get married. I am looking for a pious, a kind man. I don't just want to get married. I want to get married to a very good man who will be very kind, very believing, pious, and funny, perhaps not necessarily good looking or wealthy, but a very sincere, loving husband who will take care of me appropriately. Of course, I wish that for myself and for all other single girls watching out there. I know that it is very difficult in today's day and age to get married and to do things the halal way. There are people who have done it, and I want to do it too. I will scream out loud and say to the world, I am not ashamed to be a Muslim. I want to get married. I want to do things the halal way. But why should we be ashamed to say that we want to get married, but we should not be ashamed to say that we have haram relationships? It just doesn't make any sense to me. It's really sad that we have reached a level where as Muslims we are ashamed of being a Muslim, of being who we are. I keep hearing that over and over again. Muslims, at least they call themselves Muslim, they will be engaged during 3-4 years. There is no such thing as engagement in Islam, if you know. It is still haram. You can't go out with a non-mahram, go out, hold hands, whatever you are doing, being alone with that person. Astaghfirullah, even going to that house or the bedroom of that person who is not your husband. I mean, this is really, may Allah protect me from that. I'm not perfect myself, but that is why you should try to get married as soon as you get a good match. Don't fall into the trap of dating. Dating has never brought anything good, and dating certainly never helps you know the person. Some people always pretend that dating will allow them to know the person better, etc. They will know if they are compatible or not. But why do all these couples who have dated for ages, why do they get divorced? Why do they have issues in their marriage afterwards? You see, it's actually very, very simple. So don't change who you are. Don't give so much importance to the world. When you will die, it will be you alone in your grave. Don't forget that. It will be just you, your actions, face to face with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So if that is not enough to convince you to get out of that relationship, I don't know what is. But I'm going to be reminding you over and over again, because I know that there are way too many young Muslim men and women who are involved in haram relationships, and they should not be doing that. Say to the believing men that they should lower their gaze and guard their modesty. That will make for greater purity for them, and Allah is well acquainted with all that they do.